Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Be. This is going to be sort of a scent safari part 2 on a brand that if you watched my top 5 houses discovered in 2015, you realize this was on that list. It was an honorable mention. Could have easily been one of the top 5. I discovered so many wonderful houses in 2015, and this house is called SP Parfums. I fell in love with this brand after checking out their fragrances. This is a German brand started by a perfumer named Sven Pritzkule, I believe. I'm sorry so much if I'm butchering that. I'm not up on my German, but he sent over some fragrances in his initial collection, and we did those in the first video. And he contacted me even before he knew he was being mentioned in this video that I did, and wanted to know if I wanted to smell some of his more recent stuff, and I was super stoked to do so. And so he sent me over 5 samples of 5 new fragrances, and we'll talk about those, all of them, in a second. I guess there's 2 here. You see Cassis and Lemon and Orange Sorbet on the left. I believe Cassis is from the Christmas collection that Sven did. I'm not sure where Lemon and Orange Sorbet is from, but both excellent fruity scents. I might do a video on those in the future, but I really want to talk to you today about these 3 right here. And these 3 fragrances will be coming out on February 15th. This video might air a little bit before then, a little bit after then, maybe right around that time. And they'll be on sale on Sven's website, SP Parfums website, which I will link to on the description. And there are 3 fragrances. The way these fragrances came to be is, I guess he met their collaboration with Miguel Matos, who is a fragrance writer who does some stuff at Fragrantica. And I guess they met at a show or a conference, and they decided they wanted to do some stuff together. And so they released, they're releasing these 3 fragrances, which they worked on together. And we're going to talk about them. And again, they'll come out on the 15th of February, and I'll link to them. Hopefully in the future, I'll be able to do a full review on an SP Parfum SP Parfum fragrance. I talked a little bit about Sven with doing that. Maybe one from this collection, or maybe one from his original collection, which I love so much. But today we're here to specifically talk about these 3 fragrances that he worked on with Miguel. So let's get right into it and talk about them. So the first one we're going to talk about is called Suntan Glam. And the notes on this are Dirty Manoi Accord, Suntan Accord, Poudre de Riz, and Tonka Essence. And they say this one came to be, I'll read from the website, some weeks after his first experience and changing mail-in ideas, I invited Miguel for an experiment to create his own perfume. We started with our Dirty Manoi project. Miguel came with the idea of a vintage style fragrance with suntan smell of self-tanning oils and lotions of the 70s and 80s, with the glam of Algarve beach life at that time. 4 months later, Suntan Glam was born, and Miguel asked me for 2 more scents relating to Lisbon and his childhood beach memories. And so you guys who know me know that one of my favorite Bond number 9 fragrances is called Fire Island. I love that because it has like a dirty sort of beach skin and suntan lotion vibe to it, and this is a lot like that, but this has some coconut to it as well. I really enjoy this fragrance. It's probably my favorite of the 3. It reminds me a little bit of a cross between Virgin Island Water by Creed and Fire Island by Bond number 9, but done really high end, like not done with like synthetics or like it's not a chemical mess. It really does sort of smell like tanned beach skin after a day out in the sun. You know, maybe you've come home and you've got that oil on you, and you know, there's something very sexual about being on the beach all day, and your skin after that, and this really captures that well. I think this is a beautiful scent. I think it would be a perfect summertime scent for men or women, and really could be like a new beach classic for people who enjoy like niche and indie perfumery. So I think this is tremendous fragrance. And the next one is called Lisbon Blues, and the notes on Lisbon Blues are soil, dyed green accord, magnolia and davana, incense, spices, and amberwood. And so the description here is the description for our second perfume came from Fado, the blues of Lisbon with the passion of the Portuguese, so-called Saudade, with all the aspects and nuances between love and hate, passion and melancholy. I tried to translate Miguel's idea into a bittersweet cocktail of layers with soil dyed greens, magnolia with Davana, and an earthy amber woody background. That's our Lisbon blues. And so for me, this one is, it's all about incense and like, I don't know if it's galbanum, but sort of an earthy green accord. And then I guess a little bit of florals with that magnolia, a little bit spicy, a little bit woody. I like it. I think it's a quality incense fragrance. It's not anything that I haven't been exposed to before. I think it's a really nice incense fragrance. I think if you like incense, you'll enjoy this. I don't believe Sven, I could be wrong about this, has an incense scent in his collection, so I could see why he'd want to do one perhaps. It's very nice. It's very natural. I think there's galbanum in this. I could be wrong. Definitely could be wrong about that. But it's sort of a green incense with some florals and woods and spices. Again, very nice. Like very good quality. It lasts on the skin. I tried all these on the skin. It's just, for me, I feel like I've smelled stuff like this before. It's not something that would captivate me or would make me go out of my way to check out. Whereas Suntan Glam is sort of, for me, more favorable and something I can really see wanting. The next one up on the list, or the last one, is called Funfair, and this one just really appealed for me. The notes on it are sea breeze, churros, nagchampa, incense accord, saffron, cotton candy, and white woods. And the concept here is one of Miguel's earliest memories is the smell of churros, a typical cinnamon vanilla pastry layered with nagchampa. Incense sticks are number 3 of the trilogy, with an olfactory scenery of fun and beach parties. Funfair has a spirit of childhood's cotton candy times, a little bit of circus with the heart of churros and incense. So the reason why this one really appealed to me is because 2 of my favorite fragrances are Zing by L'Artisan Parfumé, which is my favorite niche fragrance of all time, which is Olivia Giacobetti's Ode to the Circus. And then what got me into 4,160 Tuesdays, who I collaborated on with my first fragrance, was Sarah McCartney's, of course, What I Did on My Holiday, or What We Did on Our Holiday. And that was sort of a beachy, candy floss, peppermint, cotton candy, sea air fragrance, and that really captured my heart, and the conceptual idea behind that was so brilliant. So this idea obviously isn't new to me, so I was really excited to see how a perfumer that I believe in so much, a perfumer that I really like and believe in his work, would sort of take this theme, this beach sort of carnival, boardwalk theme. And I think that Sven did an amazing job with this one. The cinnamon and churros are right there. I'd say for me, they pretty much dominate this fragrance, at least at the top. You get this really unbelievable churros accord, and then there is a little bit of incense, I think, in the background here. But to me, this one's all about churros. Maybe a little bit of sweetness, cotton candy sweetness. But if you love the smell of churros, oh my God. This is a really nice bready, doughy cinnamon gourmand. I've never smelled anything like it before. It sort of smells exactly like a churro. It's really nice. It's really interesting. I guess I wish there was a little bit more behind the churro accord. And I had it on the skin a couple of times now, and it really seemed just to be about churros with, as I said, a little bit of incense and a little bit of sweetness. But it's really, really nice. I would definitely wear this. The funny thing is, I think it's more of a cold weather scent than a warm weather scent, to be honest with you. I think, like, for me, like the first one, Suntan Glam, is like a summer scent. I think Lisbon Blues could be a spring or like a fall scent, and I think this one, for me, honestly, Funfair, would probably be a colder weather scent. But I guess you could get away with it in the summer. It is sort of transparent enough that you could probably rock this one in the summer. or at least, you know, cooler summer days. So 3 very, very interesting fragrances. Again, this is a line that you just have to check out. These are so good, and Sven is so creative, and he really, I think, puts so much passion into his fragrances, and he creates very different fragrances that you don't see all the time, and they're done with quality, and they're not outrageously priced, and it's not a house we talk about. I don't know why that is. I hope some other reviewers will watch this video and start to take notice, because this house deserves it. And I think him and Miguel really, I know how hard it can be creating a fragrance when you're not the perfumer, and I think him and Miguel just did an amazing job working together on these fragrances. So props to you guys. I will link to SP Parfums in the description. I really hope you guys check these out. They're really really well done perfumes. So again, we'll link to in the description, and they'll be on for sale, available on February 15th, and hopefully you'll see a full review of a SP Parfum fragrance on my channel in the future. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. My name is Maximilian, and I must now.
Think about it and understand it.